Hey there, my name is Andy and this is my cat Neville. Welcome to Namaste at Home Yoga and to another core practice. I'm excited about this one. I love core. I always love core. So I hope you enjoyed as much as I do, and hopefully we get things a little bit active and working there. So just as per usual, I still want to start with a little bit of focus in on the breath. So find a comfortable seat on your mat. I need to tone down my excitement, let's be honest here. Let's tone down and tune in a little bit just by either softening the gaze or maybe closing the eyes, allowing hands just to rest at the sides or on the knees. So start to feel the breath moving through the body. As we make our way through this practice, I want you to focus on the breath and keeping it smooth, keeping it consistent, especially when things are most challenging. That is the hardest part, especially in a core-based practice. If you have another focus you'd like to bring to mind, now is a great time to do that, but otherwise, just the breath, keeping it moving, keeping it flowing. Let's bring it a little bit deeper over the next couple, thinking about inhales to fill through the belly, fill the chest. Exhales, letting the chest fall and belly fall. Inhale, belly, chest. Exhale, chest and belly. Let's draw hands through center, chin to chest as we softly open the eyes. We find our way into a tabletop position. If you hear all the little tapping sounds, that is my darling cat checking out the microphone. In this tabletop, we'll warm up with a couple of cat-cows first, and then we're going to extend those a little bit. So start by inhaling to drop the belly, head, chest, and hips rise. Exhaling, we press through hands and knees, rounding the spine. Inhale, head, chest, hips. Exhale, round. One more, your pace. Meeting back in a neutral spine whenever you're done. We're going to come back into that same kind of arch, but then adding a little bit more side to side as well here. So we're going to find an inhale, lifting head, chest, and hips. As you exhale, push to one side, send the ribs overhead and tail, go the opposite way. And then up into our arch. Again, inhale, open up, head, chest, hips. Same side. Send the ribs one way, head and tailbone the other as we press up to round. Inhale, open up, other way. Send the ribs, head and tailbone the opposite direction as we press up. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, sending it to the sides. Up into that rounded back. And find your way back to a neutral spine. You're going to go ahead and tuck the toes. Draw that core in nice and strong. Lift knees up to a hover. Allow shoulders to stay stacked over the wrists. Arms strong, pressing the ground away from you. Find length to the spine if we've lost it. I know my head automatically likes to just drop and hang out. So find a gentle tuck back to the chin. Keeping the spine nice and long. Are we starting to feel things wake up a little bit here? I hope so. And exhale, bring that back down to your mat. Finding a little bit of movement in and around the hips now. Let's take an inhale, lifting right knee to the side. Keeping hips square. Start to extend that leg back behind us. Reach the foot up as high as it can go. And gently release it down. Finding one more, open that knee up towards the right side. Keep that leg as high as you can. Send the heel up. Release it back to the mat. Maybe find your way into your second side. Left leg opening up towards the side. Send that heel back and up. Releasing it down as we go through one more. To the side. Up and back. Gently release. You might notice as you go through those, your back automatically wants to help out a little bit into some of those cat and cow shapes, maybe a little bit of a twist, a bit of a lean one side to the other. Let's go through one more each side, see if we can eliminate some of that. So right leg, inhaling, we send it to the side. Keep that spine long, up and back. A little more challenging. Release it down to the mat. And then same thing, opposite leg. Send it out to the side. Hips square, spine long, send it up. Releasing back and down. Go ahead and tuck those toes. Send your hips up and back into a downward dog. Pedal it out if you need to. Do what you need to do to settle into that inverted V for a moment or so. And we're going to start to fire things up a little bit more. Shift forward, finding a high plank. Again, shoulders stack over wrists. We can drop to the knees if we need to here. That's always an option. You're going to lift the right leg slightly. Find a bend to the knee and turn the leg out to find a placement along the left leg. We're finding a tree in a plank. Press against the calf, maybe upper inner thigh. Strong in those hips that we were just activating, pressing that knee up and away from the earth. And gently release. You can drop to the knees, untuck the toes, take a child's pose for a breather. Because of course we've got to do that on our second side, even things right on out. Well, let's get to it. Inhale, float back up. Setting into a down dog first, and then when you're ready, find that inhale forward to your high plank. Get settled here. Dropping to knees if you need, and then you find that gentle lift through the left leg. Bending through the knee, turn it out. Find your tree, somewhere to place that left foot along the right leg. Activate through the hip, picking that knee up away from the mat. For 2. So good. Last one. As we exhale, we can drop back to the knees, untuck the toes. Child's pose for a moment. Fantastic. Find another inhale, shift forward. Let's find our kneeling plank. Shoulders over wrists. And we're going to lower nice and slow here over the count of 5. Elbows coming alongside the body here for 5. Long spine, broad breath strong. 4. These are really slow counts, I'm well aware. 3. Keep that breath moving, keep that core strong. 2. And 1. Finding your way all the way to the mat. Send the arms out overhead, legs out long. Allow the forehead to rest, and we're going to work a little bit cross body today. So starting with the right arm and left leg. They're going to find a little bit of a lift or lightness away from the floor, away from the mat. With an inhale, right arm, left leg lifting as high as they will go. Keeping the rest of our body firm into the floor. And exhaling to lower. Other side, same kind of thing. Left arm, right leg. When you're ready, we inhale and lift. Feeling it with that breath. One more. And lower. One movement per breath now, just alternating sides. When you're ready, right arm, left leg. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. Opposite sides here. Inhale to lift. Exhale, we lower. 2 more each side, just moving at your pace, following your breath. Building strength through the back of the body here, all still part of the core, surrounding the trunk. And then taking a moment to rest, maybe creating a pillow for the forehead once you're done. Allow big toes to touch, heels to open to either side. Giving the back a much deserved break. Wonderful. Let's find our way back up to our tabletop. Hands pressing under shoulders to lift us up. Core stays strong, of course. Tuck the toes. Go ahead and find a downward dog. And we're going to find our way into probably one of my most favorite postures. I have several, so I guess that doesn't really say much, but still one that I quite enjoy. We'll start by sending the right leg high. Step between the hands. Let the back heel find the mat. 45-degree angle will do just fine. We'll pop up for a moment in Warrior One, so arms can float up overhead. We're lunging into that front knee, keeping our hips square, and using the strength of the core to let the tailbone drop towards the mat or towards the earth. Let's challenge our core a little more while we're here. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back. A little bit of a twist. Challenging the balance, maybe by bringing the gaze to the side wall as well. Holding that strong and steady by way of our breath. And finding an inhale, come back through center. Let's plant our hands on the mats here. Easiest to frame the foot to start. And then we're going to reach that right arm forward a little bit. If you have a block, feel free to grab one here to extend your reach. Left hand can find the left hip, maybe around to the low back. I like catching the hip personally. I find it most comfortable. We're going to get light on the back toes and start to shift our weight into that right leg. If it's available, you can go ahead and step into it. Open the left hip over right. Get strong through that leg. Flex the toes back towards your face. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Keeping left hand at the hip, or maybe allowing it to extend. It's always an option to lift the gaze, challenging the balance. Finding edges here as to where we are challenged. Dial in through that core. If the leg is starting to sneak forward or sneak back, bring it in line with the hip. Find a gentle bend to the knee. Find your way into a Warrior Two. Left foot still finds the mat in a long stance. Arms floating up to stack over hips. Shoulders over hips, I guess, would be more specific. Beautiful. Finding an extended side angle today, but a little bit different, a little harder on the core. Send the right fingertips forward. Flip that palm up towards the ceiling and send the left one way up and over, reaching towards it as well. Going for a long line from those fingertips, through the torso, out the outside edge of your left foot. Strong breath. Feel things working here. Drop the right arm if you need to. With an inhale, we float up. Exhale, windmill down, frame the foot. Downward dog. All right. Memory test. See if I can do that on the left side as well. Left leg is going to come up nice and high. Step it between the hands. We'll set up with Warrior One first. So right heel finds the mat at about a 45-degree angle. Press firm through that left foot as we raise up nice and high. Core gets dialed in right away to help us stabilize. Help drop the tailbone, square the hips. And then that twist is there to deepen things further. Right fingertips reach forward, left is coming back. Shift to the gaze is there as an option. Keep that breath flowing smooth, flowing strong. Challenge it to get a little deeper. Inhale, come back through center. Exhaling, we frame that foot, walking the left fingertips forward. Get a little bit more of a shift. You can drop that back heel if it's lifted. Mine's snuck up there. A little bit of a shift into that left leg. Getting light on your right toes. Right hand can find that hip or the low back. As we press into our half moon, finding a little bit more solid pressure in that left leg, left foot. Left hand firm on your mat or on a block. Activate your leg here. Toes are flexed back towards the face. Core is fired up. Arm can stay as it is, or maybe it lifts up and away. Finding spots of the body that activate here that maybe we've never felt activate before. It's good to find them. Whew. Challenge those edges. And then using the next breath or so, we bend through that left leg, step the right foot back to find a warrior two. Long stance, shifting back so shoulders are over hips. Settle into that lunge for a breath or so. And then finding our extended side angle, amped up version today. Left fingertips are reaching forward. Open the palm towards the sky. Inhale, right arm over top, nice big reach. We're firm through that left foot here, really strong in the legs. And find that opposing energy from fingertips out the right foot. Press it firm in your mat. Keep coming back to that breath. Two more. And inhale floats us up. Exhale, windmill down, frame the foot, step back, downward dog. And let's open up the shoulders a little more. They've been working hard. Drop forearms to the mat. Send the hips up and back, forward dolphin. You can allow the head to let go. Breathing space through the front of the body. Bend the knees as much as you need. And we'll find our way back to palms, back to straight arms in our downward dog. Go ahead and step, hop, or float to the top of your mat to find a seat. Legs can come out in front of us. Foot soles finding the mat. You can bring into about a 90-degree bend in the knees. Grow really tall in the spine here, super proud in the chest. Hands can find their way to the mat for a bit of stability or float up alongside the shoulders. We'll start to rock our weight back to the sit bones. Chest pulling ever tall here. Maybe heels come to hover. Legs can come parallel with the mat or find a little bit more extension. Find a spot that challenges you today. Breathe deep into it. See how stable we can be. Maybe it's a little bit on the shaky side. That's all right. Boats are known to be rocky every now and again. Keep drawing that chest high. We've got 3 more. Finding a bend to the legs. You can assist with hamstrings if you'd like. Roll it onto your back. And allow foot soles just to rest for a moment. Excellent stuff. Hands can plant on either side of the body. Bring those heels just close enough that you could touch them with your fingertips, leaving feet and knees about hip distance apart. We'll inhale to lift the hips high. Exhale, ground down through the feet, through the back of the shoulders, arms, palms. Maybe those allow you to press the hips even higher. See what small changes you can make with each inhale, bringing the hips a little lighter. Exhale, pressing firmer. 2 more. Your next exhale can lower slow, vertebrae by vertebrae, down towards the mat, hips resting last. Great. As we felt our back roll down slow and gentle here, tune into that. Get tight through the core. Press the back down firm into the mat and place the hands on either side of the hips. Either side of the glutes will do. Legs can find their way up nice and high. And we'll keep the right leg up here. Drop the left leg to a hover. Creating our own instability to work against. Again, core is strong, back pressing into your mat. Right leg is going to draw 5 circles clockwise. Whole leg, not just the ankle, not the toes, all of it. As big and slow as you want, keeping our back firm into the floor. When you're done your 5 clockwise, go ahead and move counterclockwise 5 times, same thing. Keeping breath flowing smooth, flowing strong. Coming back to rest, feet on the mat whenever you are done. Got to do both sides, so when you're ready, let's move on to that second side. Left heel to sky, right leg up to a hover. 5 circles one direction, 5 circles in the other. Go at your own pace. One size of circle. Find something that is challenging for you. And then bring foot soles back to the mat whenever you are done. Beautiful. You can bring your hands a little wider. Give yourself a little bit more space here. And again, just test out some pressure here. Palms firm into the floor, shoulder blades pressing back and down. Beautiful. Feet can stay as they are, or if you're craving a little bit more intensity today, we'll bring the legs up to kind of an invisible chair here. Core is going to stay nice and strong. We're going to send legs over to one side. Exhale to lower. Inhale, press firm through the hands, firm through the back as we draw back through center. Exhale, second side. Get that core fired up. Draw back through center. Pull the back down to the mat. Exhale, first side. Inhaling center. Exhale, second. Let's just take one more each way. Moving at your pace. Your breath. Going to whatever depth is a nice little bit of challenge for you today. Once again, returning feet to the mat whenever we are done with that one. All right, just take it easy for a moment. Walk the feet mat width apart. Let the knees fall together. Arms can rest however you would like. We get a little bit of peace now, a little bit less work. So maybe hands come to rest on the stomach, or one on the chest, one on the belly to reconnect with that breath. Out to the sides, overhead. You do you. See if we can slow the breathing a little bit. Maybe finding it a bit deeper once more. go ahead and walk the feet back towards each other. Send the legs out long, arms overhead. Take a nice big full body stretch. And then make your way over one side or the other. Back up to your comfortable seat from the start of this practice. Wonderful. Hope you found a couple different ways to activate things, maybe a couple challenges to come back to, and hopefully you're still feeling pretty good by around now. So we will see you again soon for another core practice or maybe something new and exciting. And thank you so much for joining. Namaste.